Oh, Heather Mason 76 here. I'm here with
Altimamantoid.
zargon102.
Okay. This is actually our review for a con that we recently got back from. It's a little bit late, but we're going to do it anyway. It's for Katsucon 2012, right?
Yes, I think they said it was like Katsucon 15 or something like that. I don't know the exact number, but whatever.
I think it's 17, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
18. It's 18. It's 18.
Some number
Katsucon
between
18.
1 and 20.
It's Katsucon 18. But, yeah, it's Katsucon for 2012. We went, and our views are not exactly positive, to say the least.
Mixed to negative.
Mixed to negative. So if anybody actually enjoyed Katsucon, you might as well turn away now, because you're going to be bad at us.
Probably.
Okay,
So what should we... Yeah, I was going to say, what should we cover first? The time frames of some of the panels.
Yeah.
That would be a good place to start.
Yeah, it was a really good place to start.
Some of the panels just... They were so freaking early. Like, we got there at, what, 3?
Yeah, we got there about 3
p.m.
o'clock on Friday. Yeah.
And by the time we got there, they had already done the AMVs. Like, what the fuck? No, really, what the fuck?
People were just checking in, and AMVs were already done. It's like, what?
I know.
Why would you do this?
Yeah, not only that, but on Saturday they had them around the same time at 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
They had Pokemon meetups at 9 a.m. It was just ridiculous. Like, they had a lot of these really good panels, but they had them for some reason. I mean, mind you, they had panels throughout the day, but all the ones that you knew that a lot of people were planning to go to that sounded interesting, all of them were like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 9 a.m., 11 a.m., you know, all the morning, when you know that they had everything going on later in the night for all the adult people, 18 and up. So you know that they weren't going to be up in time to be able to go to these. So it's just like, why would you do that?
I don't know.
So yeah, that was just really, really disheartening that they did that this year. I was really disappointed.
And, you know, just, we were so worried because some of the panels were such crap that we didn't even go to the masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
completely
really
skipped
worried.
out on the masquerade. Yeah. It was, to put it in a gentle way, bollocks.
It was a load of shit.
Yeah, it was really just bollocks up. Mind you, if you're anybody that was in the masquerade, we apologize. If your skit was awesome, we're actually planning to go to cosplay.com and actually plan to watch all of them at some point here tonight. But we just did not want to deal with going. I mean, it was just too early. All of us were planning to go to lunch at certain times, and we had different schedules that we needed to do to go to different places.
Hell, even the photo shoots were rushed.
Yeah, even the photo shoots were even rushed. They had stuff set up.
The Valve photo shoot starts at 3 and it lasts like 5 minutes.
Yeah. Like, we all had cosplayed. I had cosplayed as a scientist from Aperture, and these two dressed up as Team Fortress 2 characters.
Scout and Engineer.
Yeah, Scout and Engineer. And we literally got down there at 3:05, and they were already done with Team Fortress 2 for the most part, completely. And we were just like, really? Like, normally when Valve does a meet, and they do a Valve meet for everybody that dresses up as cosplays, you know, for Valve games, they normally take 30 to 45 minutes. And there were people showing up
for it, for the Valve part of it. Like, 20 minutes later, it's like...
Yeah, it was already done.
Yeah, they rushed it so much. They were like, oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, okay, we're done. And it's just like, really? Like, and then...
All right, you guys have 5 seconds left to take a picture. Go, 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 go. Okay, we're done.
Yeah, and then after they finished... Like, not even 10 minutes after they finished it, you saw all these different people show up that were dressed up as scouts, engineers, whatever.
There was a demo man that
showed up and everything, and then we all had to take separate pictures with everything because of the fact the photo shoot was already done. Not only that, but from what I've heard, I had talked to one girl that had an amazing cosplay of Aqua from Kingdom Hearts 2. Not Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm sorry. Kingdom Hearts, Birth by Sleep, thank you. And when I talked to her, she said that they had really bollocksed up the times for some of the time frames for some of the cosplays as well, because she noticed that there were between 3 and 4 different cosplay meetups for photo shoots at 3 o'clock the same time at the same place, which is really just...
That's disorganization.
Yeah, disorganization right to the T. So that really did not go well and not swing well with a lot of people. The other thing that I have a problem with that I have to add, especially with the panels, is the 18 and up. They should have known. Yes, a lot of them were good, but here's the thing. They knew that a lot of adult people were going to this. They should know which rooms that they should really have these in. They know they're going to be filled up to capacity.
Mhm.
There's no point in having a line and then not know what the line's for, and then have 8 different lines all together, and then they split them up within 20 minutes between, like we had literally 3 or 4 separate lines of different things up in the new harbor
all lined up to go into the same room
section.
All lined up to go in the same room. We had 4 freaking lines of different people going to different shit. Nobody knew what the room was actually for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there were different ones that everybody was in line for, and then because they had to move all the lines together, and then they moved them all apart, there were people that were getting turned away at the door because they didn't have space for them anymore. And that's really unfair.
Yeah, and it was
Completely
basically
unfair.
you had to wait for however many seats opened up for your group to go in. I know there was one panel I went to that these two didn't actually go to. It was like a 2:30 a.m. panel, and it ended at like 4:30. But anyway, it was, the line started, like, here was the door, and, like, here was the back wall, right? Here was the back, like, opening to that wing of the hotel. So the line did this right here, and it went along the back in front of the doors. I mean, they kind of left the doors open. Then it came along this wall. Well, then there was a panel that was going on at this door that everything was backed up to. So what happened? They jumped the line across the hallway, and it snakes around back to the entrance. So at that point, once it started occupying, nobody knew where the hell to go. It was like, well, how about we just wrap that part around on itself? It can't be that popular. Well, then it fills up into the middle of the hallway, so they jump it back across the hallway. Nobody knew. What in the hell? Okay, first of all, nobody even knew what the panel was for. They just see this mob in the middle of the hallway. And then second of all, nobody knows where the end of the line is. After a while, even I didn't even know where the end of the line was, and I was there pretty early.
It was maximum disorganization. It's like, why are you even trying on this? You fucked it up that bad.
Yeah.
It was bad. I mean,
yeah.
Although, I mean, like I said, some of the panels were really cool, and they had great ideas for them. But it was either at an inconvenient time slot for a majority of people that would probably go see it. I mean, what the fuck are you doing with a panel at like 7 a.m. that's not meant for, that's meant for all people and not specifically geared towards like a small, like the child audience? Because they actually had a few panels that were geared towards the
Right.
child audiences.
Right.
That were 7 a.m. That's fine. That's normally when, like, the little children are going to be awake going, yay, 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 let's go to panel, yay, yay. No, when you're running things like AMVs at, like, 10, 11 a.m., when people might still be getting up to get breakfast, that's a little bit inconvenient. And especially when it's something as big as AMVs, you would expect that to be later on in the evening. Like, last year when they did it, they had the AMVs at 5, and they had the masquerade
it was like 5 or
at 8.
6 o'clock, yeah, and the masquerade was like around 7 or 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
They had the AMVs in the biggest freaking showroom too, and it's like more than half the seats were empty still.
Yeah.
So
Just uncalled for. And I think it was all time thing. Like those seats would have been easily filled had they have had it later on in the day.
If they'd have had it at like 2 instead of freaking 11.
11:30, yeah.
Yeah.
It was just really stupid. Didn't make
But
any sense.
the other thing was the gaming room.
Oh god.
Okay, mind you, the one rant I had that I've told everybody so far was, as long as they didn't have Street Fighter the movie, the game, we would be okay.
We were wrong.
We were wrong. We were so wrong. Oh my god. This room. Okay, mind you, I must have been spoiled by going to MagFest. But there's no way that even going to MagFest or even going to any other con is going to make up for the bullshittery that this room had.
The only games that they had outside of the one table that had like random stuff from like the past.
Yeah, what did it have? It had
Call of Duty, obviously, because everybody loves Call of Duty except for this guy right here.
Yeah, Gears of War 3.
And this guy here. They had Gears of War 3, which is actually a decent game from what I've heard.
They had, now mind you, they did have Left 4 Dead on the projector, but it was only 1 to 2 players because of it being on one Xbox.
Yeah.
Really, come on, guys. So we only had a 2-player Left 4 Dead on a projector, so of course that was already always taken up.
They had
Call of Duty, Gears of War 3.
They had Halo.
They had Halo. And
they had one console in all of this that had a fighting game. It was Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That was, they only had
they had one. They had two. They had a fighting table that had Power Stone.
Power Stone was
Super,
the old
Super
one.
Smash Brothers Brawl.
That was
it?
Yeah, there was a whole
Okay.
table that had Smash Brothers Brawl.
So
though.
Smash Brothers
4
Brawl.
Wii's, 2
and
with 4
yeah.
controllers, 1 with 2 controllers, 1 with 3 controllers. So that was it for Brawl. I mean, Brawl was like a table to itself, which that's fine because Brawl's awesome. But they had a table that had like old classics, like they had an NES hooked up, a Super Nintendo, a Sega Genesis, etc., etc. They had like Power Stone, Super Mario 3, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Dr. Mario. I mean, they had some cool games over there,
but it was only one table.
GoldenEye, yeah.
One table, which is the problem because there was
They had
literally
one table
2
of that.
monitors on each table, and there was 4 tables that made a square. So literally there was there was only 8 things that you could play.
And they had
it was
friggin'
just unfair.
what was the one? It was like AC/DC or whatever.
Aerosmith.
Yeah,
Aerosmith.
Yeah, it was the Aerosmith shooter that was
Sega CD.
Sega CD.
It was on Sega CD, and
Sega
it was in
CD.
arcade.
And it was in the arcade.
Yeah,
apparently.
it was like
But that was just,
Aerosmith Revolution or something like that. I'm sure you all can probably Google it and find out what it was called. We don't even know.
I have no words, but it's like at least last year they had the arcade cabinet of Bubble Bobble.
Yeah,
They had random games that you could play that were Japanese imports. They had pop-in music, like arcade version. Oh God, let's get into the arcade.
Cabinets.
Oh Lord, the cabinets. Okay, first off, there was only one line of them, and secondly, the only thing I remember people complaining about last year, especially on the forums,
if they had more console games, the lack of cabinets would have been a problem.
No, it wouldn't. But here's the thing. They had it in the game room in the same room as the rave.
That's a load of shit.
You couldn't hear anything.
Games.
Yeah,
after 9 o'clock, you're done. You can't plan to hear anybody, anything, nothing.
Yeah, if you're playing some sort of
pointless.
rhythm Bimani game from Konami or whatever, it is impossible to play when there is Darude's Sandstorm playing at like ear-blistering level behind you. Which, don't get me wrong, Sandstorm's a good song. It's a good track. Love Darude. Go listen to some of his music. He's awesome. Anyway. But yeah, I mean, just that was an example because I remember specifically hearing Darude. But yeah, I mean, it is pretty much impossible to keep rhythm in any sort of rhythm game if you have this humongous distraction in the background that's like blah 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 blah, and you're like, oh God, I can't play this. I can't hear. My ears are bleeding.
Yeah, mind you, they even had just a blank table set up. What I found out later on in the day, was that it was actually just for people just to play card games in. How are people going to do that when the rave was playing in the same damn room?
It's like, I'm
have
going
no
to play
words.
this energy card.
Okay.
What? I can't hear you.
Okay, yeah, and the other problem we have with the arcade games were here. They had the goal after you spent $40 to $50 or $60, depending on $65, depending on when you went, when you pre-reserved your spot, whatever, pre-registered, whatever. They had the goal to have the arcade games where you had to pay to play them
for the upkeep.
For the upkeep of the machines. Now, here's where the problem is. When I tried to play DDR, mind you, the one time out of the entire time that I was there
was already broken.
To play DDR, the mat was already broke. Upkeep, really? Really? Where was the upkeep? I see none.
If you want to constitute upkeep into your charge, at least have a machine that works.
Yeah,
exactly.
Not only that, but they had a para machine that was in the corner the entire fucking time. That was out of order.
Yeah.
It wasn't even on. And it was like, what was the point of bringing it?
Broke.
Yeah, what was the point of bringing it? So pointless.
And another thing is, every system, I mean, every, like, arcade cabinet that they had there, except for Drum Mania, I think, wasn't it? Anyways, they were all...
Drum Master?
It's something like that. Anyways, one of them, it was like, it was basically a quarter every song, which, that's not unreasonable, but that's still kind of annoying when they set it to 2 songs.
Yeah, you're playing 50 cents for one play. It's only 2 songs, and after that, you're done. And it's really unfair because, of course, people are paying to play these games for the upkeep, and they're not being upkept at all.
The only upside to that, having such a low song count, is that people get on and off really quick.
Well,
but that's about the only upside to it.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe that's what they were trying to think about. But the fact that you still had to pay for it after you already bought your way into the convention, you would think maybe the convention would give like a small fractional share to the people that brought these cabinets for upkeep. But no, they didn't. They didn't think of that. Apparently, we had to pay to play the arcades that we already bought tickets to get into the convention to play. Did that make sense? I think that made total sense.
That made sense. Yeah. We paid whatever money we did to go into the convention. So, mind you, some people pay just for the convention just to go to the gaming room.
Yep.
They don't go to any of the panels. They don't go to any of the other things. They just go to the gaming room.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people that probably did that this year pretty pissed off.
Yeah.
Pretty pissed off. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Then there's the, oh, yeah, and speaking of, like, last year compared to this year, last year, the gaming room and everything, when, we actually went in there last year between, Heather Mason and I, they had all of the people, they had, like, a bunch of tables set up behind the gaming station for people to actually play card games on. They actually had multiple tables for this. And I saw numerous people taking up these multiple tables for card games, which is good, you know. This time they had one table. One.
Yep.
Last year they had like 8 tables. 8 to 10 tables.
Yeah.
They had one this year. And you know what? It was shared by one console. Yeah, it was shared with a console. I have never seen such disorganization in a gaming room before. It was awful. I mean, outside of literally the Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet, or not cabinet, but the console that we found, there was not any other fighting game in the house besides Power Stone for the Sega CD. No, that was for the Dreamcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was for the Dreamcast. And the 4 cabinets of Brawl.
Yeah.
You know, which Brawl's good, but they could have put a little less Brawl and maybe some Street Fighter 3 or maybe some Tekken or Soul Calibur 5 since it just fucking came out.
That's probably why they didn't have it. It would have been too
But that's the
expensive to
thing.
rent.
They had Marvel vs. Capcom 3 last year and it literally just came out like 2 weeks before.
Okay,
and
never
they had
mind
it
then.
set up. Yeah, they had it set up. They had 3 machines with it. So there is no excuse for it.
Really.
And let's see, what else did they have? Yeah, they had Halo, they had Gears of War 3, they had so much Call of Duty that I wanted to puke everywhere.
Who dropped it? Okay.
As just do this. But yeah, I wanted to puke. I saw so much Call of Duty. I have my own personal issues with that series, and I may make a rant about that on my own channel in a personal video. But yeah, on my own, I'll do that on my own channel.
Game.
Just like every other game.
Okay, anyway.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the same game every time. No one cares anymore.
exactly. So yes,
People only buy
what
it for
else
the
was
multiplayer.
there?
They don't give a
Okay,
fuck about the single
so
player
on the
campaign.
plus side,
Because it's the same
at least
campaign every time.
on the plus side, the adult ones that we did go to were the adult
Awesome.
panels that we did go to.
Not
were
Safe for
awesome.
Work and music videos were hilarious.
That
Even
was
though there were
just-
only 4.
Even though there was only 4 videos, and then they had to fill in the whole rest of the hour and whatever minute gap, and they were like, "Yay, hentai!" We were just like, "Okay."
Hentais. No,
Mysteries.
it's Squiggle Vision.
Yeah.
Now in Mystery Science Theater 3000 mode.
Yeah, that was
That's
that
pretty
was
much what we
that's
did.
pretty much what happened.
They
It was
encouraged it.
MST3K for hentai. It
Yeah,
was
they
pretty
encouraged it. It was
funny.
hilarious.
It was great. But yeah, and then what else? Oh, we went to what was it? Saturday morning cartoons, the good, the bad, and the Monchi-Cheese.
That was
There
hilarious.
were it's one of those things where me and all of us were talking about how there were certain cartoons that they showed, especially the intros.
We missed
where-
the first couple minutes of it, but
We missed a good portion of it, to
We
be
were
honest.
trying to
We
get
missed
in.
about 25 to 30 minutes. Well, we were waiting to go into one of the other panels, and
And
one
they
of the
canceled
panels
it.
was completely
Come to find out, it had
filled,
been
and then
canceled.
one was canceled that was
what
coming
was
up
that
after.
panel?
The
Jerry Springer,
Jerry
yeah,
Springer.
anime Jerry Springer or whatever.
animated Jerry Springer one. So we decided we were going to go just into this one because people were walking out and there was already there was still time for that one. So we walked in and sat down, and they had some really decent things. There was a lot. All of us were talking about how there was a lot of the old cartoons that we used to watch when we were really, really little, and I couldn't even remember certain ones that I don't even.
You
I
suppress
couldn't
them into the
process-
back of
yeah.
your brain after a
Yeah,
while.
and then after they played in the beginning, I was like, "Oh my god, I remember this! What
Yep.
is going on?" Like They
called
played,
the nostalgia shovel for a reason.
Yeah, I was trying to remember, like, what did they show? They showed dinosaur. Was it Dinosaur Raiders? Dino Riders. They showed Dino Riders.
Love Dino
They showed
Riders.
SWAT Cats. They showed.
SWAT Cats was awesome.
Oh,
But
Ring Raiders. Was it Ring Raiders?
Yeah,
Ring Raiders. There was they went over, and I didn't feel like that much of a geek because I'm a huge fan of the Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and when they started playing the theme, everybody sang along. I was like, oh, thank God, I'm not the only one. And then they played, and then they showed the bad part of it, and they showed the live action with the
that was the cool thing about that panel.
Costumes
they
and
did
Roo that looked like Teddy Ruxpin, and he doesn't know who Teddy Ruxpin is. And
I don't know who Teddy Ruxpin is.
I do. I had one.
Oh, okay. He doesn't know who Teddy Ruxpin is, and that kind of scares me.
Yeah.
So I'll have to show him.
Be quiet.
But the thing that I liked about the panel was they actually made comparisons. Like, you had the good of, like, a certain kind of series. Like, they compare, like, they said, good, you're doing it right. And they showed Earthworm Jim, the animated series, and we were all like, yeah!
Video games, cartoon.
Then they're like, you're doing it horribly, horribly wrong. And then they showed...
Battletoads.
Yeah, Battletoads. You see this face?
And then, of course, they did Zelda. And, of course, the one part where it was like, excuse me, princess!
I personally, it's a guilty pleasure. I enjoy the animated Zelda Link series.
I think a lot of people do just because of the fact that he goes, excuse
That's
me,
what's
princess.
making it so popular. It's just, everybody repeats that, and there's so many memes involving that show now, it's not even funny.
Yeah. But yeah, so some of the panels that we went to were really good. That was one of the pluses. The other plus that was while we were there was the Artist Alley wasn't bad. The Artist Alley was pretty decent. They had a lot of good stuff there.
I met a really friendly one artist in particular. She was selling little plush kitties, and she was like the nicest person I met in the entire con. I'll probably post up another video, but I've got her web address. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But I've got her web address somewhere, and I'll probably link to her somewhere on my own channel. So she was incredibly nice. So, but yes, the Pyramid Head. Yes, we went to another art gallery where they did pixel art using like
perlers,
beads. Yeah, perlers and beads. And
I got a Pyramid Head.
I ended up buying a White Mage, a Mr. Saturn, a Starman, from both of them from Earthbound, obviously. And then I got, let's see, Mega Man, just standing there.
You got a White Mage.
Yeah, I got a White Mage, yeah. And she apparently had gotten me Quick Man from somewhere else, and I was just like,
that was from MagFest. One of the guys that I stayed with, his name's David Savage from the Savage Experience. His videos are really good, so check them out. He actually does perler things on the side, so I got him to make Quick Man. So Quick Man's pretty good too. Yep.
At this point, anybody that visits my channel frequently knows my deal with Quick Man. So
you will never beat Quick Man.
I will beat Quick Man.
Ever.
Damn it.
Ever.
Damn it, I will. Yes. But yes, overall, Katsucon, very mixed. There were some good things about it. All the adult panels that we went to seemed to be really good, actually.
Yeah, the adult panels were good, but it's one of those things where if they knew so many adults were coming, they should have filled out. They should have had bigger rooms.
But that's the thing. They put all the adult panels last year in the exact same rooms. So I don't know.
This year it was just disorganized. That's all it is.
Yeah, it was just disorganization and chaos.
They had a lot more disorganization
on top of bad panel timing and it's just a lot of uninteresting.
Not only that, but how all the lines for all the adult panels were out the door. Like if you had a set schedule of, oh, I'm going to this at 11. Oh, I'm going to this at 2. Oh, I'm going to this at 3. If you went to one of them, guaranteed you're not going to the one that's right after. You better might as well skip that one and go to the one after.
You had to basically pick and choose which ones were your favorites, or which ones you think would be the best.
Yeah, because you couldn't go over to one and then the other. That's not how it worked. It wasn't that organized. So,
the gaming room, big thumbs down. Late night panels, if you could get in. Actually, that would get 2 thumbs up if you could get in. Otherwise,
panels you went to.
Yeah, I had to get in line almost 45 minutes early to get into one of the panels that I went into, and everybody was trying to cut me in line. And I'm like, not to mention the VIP passes, which I guess I can't really bitch about because they paid extra to go in first.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the VIP entrances. So I can't even bitch about that.
Which doesn't make any sense. It's like, why would you do that to people? Because it's like, if that means...
VIPs, but that's the thing. They get to skip the line.
Which really sucks, because if there's so many people...
Panels.
But that's what I mean. If the VIP people really want to pull a dick move, they all could just go to the same one, just fill up every single room, and not let anybody that's waiting in line.
Well, they only now I actually talked to a
really
guy
have
that had a VIP pass. He was in the one that I went to, the 2:30 a.m. one. He actually had a VIP pass, and they actually talked to him. He's a really nice guy. He got one for his kid, and he got one for his wife. He got one for himself. He said there were only like 104 of them.
Oh.
So they were extremely select, and most of them were for. I think it was just, I guess it would be wealthy families, because those were $100 each instead of the 65 for all 3 days. But yeah, overall, Katsucon, not nearly as good as it was last year. Like, we're talking Katsucon last year, it was just like, oh my god, this Katsucon is so awesome. This year's kind of like,
what happened?
What happened? I guess that's the question for this con.
Tornado of bullshit.
So, next year, Magfest or bust.
Yeah, really.
We're going to Magfest. All of us are saving up and going to Magfest for sure next year. Hopefully, I will be planning to do stuff with Lord Cat Mafia. Hopefully. So
I do not know of this Lord Cat Mafia.
Lying ass bastard.
I know who they are. I'm not a member yet.
Yeah, and hopefully people from that guy with the glasses will be there. Angry Video Game Nerd,
that would be
John
awesome.
St. John.
I would love to shake that man's hand.
But if
Dude
you ever see
Forever is a good game.
the review for
yes, it is.
if
For
you ever
PC.
see the review for David Savage from the
For
Savage
PC.
Experience that he brings up about Magfest, or Lord Cat's video on what he thought about Magfest, you should really definitely check it out. They had so much stuff there this year. And not only that, but it's supposed to be like this every year from now on. Like, the arcade room is worth the money just to go because of the fact that they have so many cabinets and it's all free play.
How much did you pay?
$45 for all 4 days. All 4 days.
That's a steal.
And that's just
That's
just walking in and paying for it.
It might be a little bit higher next year if they have depends on who goes and such. But that's not bad. It's better than paying $65 for like basically 2.5 days. Because Sunday, it's all done at 3. We're done. Nothing.
And we didn't even stay on Sunday. We basically just packed up, checked out at 11, and left. Because there was a long line to check in your luggage to go back downstairs anyway.
There was a line out the door for the bellhops, isn't it? Bellhop?
Yeah. The only thing we were going to do was go downstairs and maybe check the dealer place one more time, which was kind of just going to be a waste of our money anyway. So we were just like, meh, and just left anyway.
I mean, the dealers had some good stuff, although I kind of basically lit a match to my wallet and bought panty and stocking for $80. But yes.
Yeah, and I ended up buying a huge cuddle pillow Dragonite.
Don't you have your Dragonite somewhere in this room?
It's downstairs.
I bought a drawing. That was pretty much it.
He bought a really awesome engineer drawing.
Yes.
So, I actually bought a scout drawing off the same artist.
Yeah,
I actually thought you were going to get that bust of the spy.
I should have gotten the bust of the spy, because I freaking love the spy and the sniper, but I can't cosplay either one. Because I don't have the... Well, I could do a spy easy, but... Regardless, yes, we're getting off topic. Rambling tangent.
But yeah,
tangent tree.
The Katsucon this year was not good, so we're all planning to go to Mag next year. So, if you all are interested, then you guys will see us there.
Yeah.
Not that anyone knows who I am, but...
Hey, you never know. We need to get you off the ground anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so if you like this video, just click like. It will be hosted on my channel, Altimamantoid. It will also be hosted on... Well, it might be on mine. I have to check the footage, because we just kind of stuck the camera somewhere. It was like, hey, record!
It'll definitely be up on my channel.
Yeah, but if anything, it'll be up on Heather Mason 76's. So, and, yeah. Go check out zargon102's channel. He doesn't really have much.
I don't have anything. I
have
one video.
Yes, but we're going to get him.
At the time of this recording, I have one fucking video, and it's of him.
Yeah, me saying, I killed the chemist. I just killed the chemist. Yeah, that's it. I just killed the chemist. But yes, yeah, anyways, just check us all out. The video will be on her channel, definitely, for sure. Might be on mine. Anyways. Yeah, Katsucon. What went wrong?
I'm fairly certain my arm is not supposed to have been this way, just looking at the video here.
It's actually propped up, and then gravity takes effect. So, yes, it can be propped that way. But, yes, that's basically it. So, Katsucon last year, I had to give it an 8 or a 9 out of, probably an 8.5 out of 10. It was an awesome con. Not perfect, but it was the best con I had attended. So maybe it would get 10 out of 10 because I've not attended better. But I would say 8.5 out of 10 to give margin of error. This was like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah. I would give it a 4. And that's being nice. That's being nice for me.
2.
I'm giving it a 4 because I'm being nice. And I feel bad for him because this was his first con.
Yeah. Like, a load of dicks is what that was.
That was a bag of dicks. A bag of dicks. All the dicks. Just, I don't even. I felt so bad.
Now, this is my third
so
con.
far, and it was just being a... It was
You're getting pissed off in DC. We're getting lost.
Yeah, fuck DC. His words. Yeah, DC, mark your streets better. We won't get lost. But
I'm just keeping them here. I hope you know they're going to be on all my videos now because they're staying. Because they don't know how to get out of DC, so they're just staying. That's all there is to it.
So yeah, this is my third convention. The first one I ever went to was MTAC, and it was good for a small time convention because MTAC Middle Tennessee Anime Convention is. I mean, it wasn't bad. The game room wasn't big at all, but then again, it was a smaller convention. So, but they didn't have that many panels, and I don't even think I went to any of the panels.
Mind you, I've been to a ton of them in the last 10 years, probably, and this one is honestly the worst one I've ever gone to. I was so sorely disappointed. I have no words for how bad this thing was. I was just like, we couldn't wait to get out of here on Sunday. I was like, I literally told them I couldn't wait to go home on Sunday so we could actually play video games.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
That's terrible.
And you know what we did when we got home? We played, what was it we played immediately? Didn't we play some freaking...
Shit, I don't remember.
I think we all just kind of played whatever we wanted to.
Yeah, we played
pretty much.
We've been playing Pokemon. I've been playing Code Veronica. By the way, I have a live stream. It's on Twitch
I have one
TV.
too, but I'm going to be relocating possibly.
So yeah, I'm doing Twitch TV. In fact, recently we've been playing the arcade games. We did The Simpsons last night. We did Ninja Turtles last night. We did a part of Scott Pilgrim last night. We plan to do more Scott Pilgrim.
Is freaking amazing. That game is hilarious. Yeah. You can pick up people you have beaten to near death and beat other people to near death with the people
that you pick up your teammates and do the same thing.
Yeah, he picked me up so how many times? It was just chucking me at other people, and I was like, "Can I punch things, please?" Instead of throwing me.
Every character gets a skull bash, you tard.
That's my camera dying, so I guess that's the end of the video.
Okay, see you guys later. Bye.